Well, a while ago, I had some of my friends who has a parents' home in the Flatlands in the Bay Area, and they said, CJ, we're not going to use a real estate agent. We are going to sell the house ourselves. It's our mom's house, and we don't know much about it, and what forms do we need to sell a house? And I didn't even know where to begin. And they thought that they could sell the house by themselves. And I'm going to go over some reasons why you should be hiring a real estate agent, whether you're a buyer or you're a seller. Now, it's the most stressful experience for people and most complex is to either buy a home or sell a home. It really is. It's not like the olden days when there was a one-page contract. One of the things that one of the reasons why you would want to hire a real estate agent is the knowledge that they have on the market. They will know how many homes are single stories on level lots. Sure, you can look up Zillow and you can find out if it's a 1 or 2 story house, but they'll know how many single story homes on level lots are even available and how often they come on the market. If that's a desirable trait for you, if you're maybe having little ones, or maybe you're aging and you want that mobility on a level lot in a single story. They're going to know the market. And so they are going to be able to guide you through the process of selling your home or finding the right home for you. Now, the next one, besides market knowledge, is negotiation skills. Most people think that, well, having a realtor negotiating for you can save you thousands of dollars. But most people think the negotiation is all at the beginning of a transaction and it's all about the price. That isn't the case. It's not something that has a dollar sign in front of it. The negotiation skills can also be the terms of how you write an offer. Are you doing a 30-day or 45-day escrow? Are you going to offer the seller to live in the home for 2 weeks for free, called seller in possession? These are terms. Are you going to expect there be a clear Section 1 pest? These are terms. So that's also part of the negotiating process. Now let's extend it further along. It comes to the 12th to 17th day when the buyer is supposed to be lifting their inspection contingencies. And once again, there is another set of negotiations. Does the buyer ask for everything on the home inspection report? I doubt that would be the case. But what if the buyer asks you to replace a window that's compromised and it's foggy? This is where your agent is going to come in and be able to negotiate that request. And their knowledge of, do you get a whole new window that you put in there for thousands of dollars? Or do you get some panes of glass put in for $500? So that is also part of the negotiation skills that is important. Now, I also put this on my list. Number 3 would be time savings. You're busy. There's so much documentation. In fact, there are 2 inches of paperwork that goes in your escrow file. Your agent will be doing research for you, will be looking over the disclosures for you, will be saving you lots and lots of time, not only in the search process for a home, but being there for home inspections, pest inspections, saving time for you. When I do a home inspection with a buyer, my buyer doesn't need to be there for the 3 hours, but we need to be there the last half hour to get the summation of the report. And if you are not able to be there because of work or you're away, I will be there representing you as your time saver in the home inspection and pest inspection. The next one I have on my list is reason number 4, which is access to listings. This is a biggie because you can go on Realtor.com, you can go on Century21.com or Zillow.com and look up the properties that are on the market. But access to listings has to do with that networking that your realtor will have by going to the Placer County Association of Realtors meetings, by going to the Nevada County Association of Realtor meetings, and not only just talking to agents at open houses, realtor tours, and even agents in your office about what your wants and needs are for your clients, and finding out those properties that are coming soon on the market. And sometimes sales happen before they ever go on the market. So that access to listings is a really, really important part. Now, number 5, this is a biggie, is paperwork expertise. Do you know that besides the 2 inches of disclosures that will be at part of the process of buying a home, we now have 30 new forms that are being added in. Every one of these forms are being added in to the sale or the buy of a property in the state of California. So lots and lots of paperwork that is going to go from point A to point B, preliminary title reports, inspections, all of those kinds of things. And that's where your agent keeps up on this paperwork. And I cannot imagine you selling a home without your realtor, your local realtor, assisting you in the process. Now I'm going to go a step aside for a moment, and that is about, as a realtor, what I do when there's an issue that comes up, I absorb it. I problem solve it. I come up with answers. For example, what if you have a country property and you don't pass the CAL FIRE inspection? And one of the things that when we have to solve that, because if we don't pass CAL FIRE, you can't get homeowners insurance. And so what I will do when I talk to my seller, if that's the case, I will have a solution for that. A person who's able to come and do the clearing out of the wood that's near the house, that would be definitely something that needs to be addressed. Now, every 4 years, realtors have to take an ethics course, an ethical consideration in how to behave in the whole transaction. When I was a brand new agent, this is what I thought. I thought that if I was working with the seller, that the buyers were the bad guys, or if I was working with the buyer, that the sellers were the bad guys. No, no, no. That was such a novice idea. And then I became a realtor and studied the ethical behavior of what you do that's fair to both parties. And you realize that it's not a competition between each other. It's actually a collaboration between the buyer and the seller in all wanting to get the same thing done of transferring title between one person and the other and exchanging the keys to that house between the buyers and the sellers. So behaviors of ethical consideration are definitely there. Now the next one is price guidance. There's been many a time when I'm be showing property and my buyers will say, CJ, is this a fair price? And what your realtor can do is they don't want to sell you a house that's overpriced. They want to make sure that you get a fair price on that home and a good value on that home. And part of that is just the experience that a realtor has in knowing the market. And also, one of the things that we can do before you write an offer is we can run a comparative market analysis for you. And I do that for my buyers, and it allows them to see what is the list price and what is the selling price. Is it 100%? So if you buy a house for $550,000, are you going to be paying $550,000? Are you paying over list price? Or is it customary to find a 99% offer so the house would sell for $545,000 instead of $550,000? This is the guidance, this price guidance that your agent will give you. Now I'm going to go back. So those were 7 different reasons why you should hire a realtor. I do not like the word use a realtor. Using infers that you're being taken advantage of. So working with a realtor, hiring a realtor is an important part of the process to be able to transfer title and sell your home or buy a home. Also, your realtor does a lot of coaching and guidance. They're part of your team. They help you with your worries that you have in the middle of the night. They can give you ideas on how to solve problems. we're really matchmakers, not only finding the right home for you, but also making that transaction go forward if it's a property that you want to continue in your escrow process. So please use the words, I am hiring a realtor, I am working with a realtor, and be very appreciative of all of the steps that it takes. And many of them are in the background that you aren't seeing when you make the choice to work with a realtor that is going to protect you and help you continue with your wealth as you mature in the whole real estate ownership process. I'm CJ Jenkins from Century 21 Cornerstone. Thank you so much for joining me at YouTube, Christine Jenkins, or Lake of the Pines Living Facebook. If you have any questions about the process of purchasing a home or the process of selling home, please give me a call at 530-906-4715. Bye-bye.